welcome to episode 21. Blimey, that's flown by. Of AskTheLjs. It's just me today. Luke is on holiday, aka sat there. But on the couch with me today, I have a very special guest in the form of James Conci Mitchell.
Hey guys.
James, introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do? Why the hell are you sat on my sofa?
Well, I suppose I'm most well known for opening up 639, which is a personal training studio in Covent Garden. I also do a lot of education stuff, so do seminars for personal trainers and write for most of the national publications in the UK. So I've written for Men's Health, all the national papers, and various other bits and pieces. So I'm very versed at managing social media, managing a studio, and producing high quality media content, which is why I think I've been invited in today.
That's the one. So we wanted James to come in today because we had a question pertaining to the more technical side of social media content production, because it's very popular nowadays, funnily enough, is why we're doing this, to produce more and more video content to go out on the various video platforms, be that Snapchat, be that YouTube, be that Facebook video, Instagram now doing 60-second long videos, all of that sort of stuff. So to make really good looking, high quality, professional looking videos isn't as simple as you would think necessarily. So the question we had from, what is your name? Let me find it.
James.
Sharif Lawton, who says, what camera do you reckon is best for, and I quote him when he says, vlogging on YouTube. Trust me when I don't say that. Taking size and sound into consideration, especially.
Interesting. Okay, so firstly, it's a really interesting question, so thank you very much for the question. I think it very much depends on what you want to get out of your vlog. If you're looking at, the thing with vlogging, to make vlogging work, in my opinion, you need to be doing it often and regularly. Yeah. Therefore, if you're looking at the best image quality, then obviously within a reasonable budget, you're looking at something like a DSLR, but that's big. The sound equipment with the DSLR is bulky, so you know, are you going to be carrying that around for that opportunist moment when you want to do a vlog or an Instagram? So I personally think the best thing you can have on you to produce very high quality content alone is a very high spec smartphone. So any of the current generation smartphones, I currently use a 6S, and that'll do 4K video, which is amazingly good video. However, and this goes on to my point, good quality media is less to do about the camera and more to do about how you frame it, how you light it, how you provide sound. So I would advise, if you are going to use something like a smartphone, in like a 6S, that you invest a little bit of money on the extra stuff, which enable you to take a much higher production value image and video using a smartphone.
Let me just go around the back and show you some examples.
Oh, here we go. He's going to get some more bits.
More bits and bobs.
Yeah,
So,
bring some bits and bobs.
for example, when we do our live streams on Facebook, you'll have seen that we live stream the recordings of some of the AskTheLjs. This is a GorillaPod. A company called Joby make them and sell them.
And
They are.
I carry one too.
Yeah, James carries one too.
Yeah, I have one in my
They
bag,
are incredibly versatile. You can bend them, you can hook them onto things. I actually have a very small one that I take into the gym with me that I can actually hook around machines and get better angles for filming my own lifting, for looking at it, critiquing it, stuff
Absolutely.
like that. And then this thing, what is it? Iographer, it says on there. I don't know, Luke bought it. This is to put your smartphone in, and there is a wide angle lens that you attach onto this, and it allows you to, again, it's just a wide angle thing, and you can hold it if needs be like that. It makes it a lot more stable than you trying to hold a small little smartphone like that. So again, we screw that onto there, put it on the table, and that's how we live stream.
In the gym in 639, we actually have a Steadicam. We have a smartphone Steadicam or
Sweet.
glide cam. So basically, with a bit, these things take a bit of practice, but once you've got your camera in there, you can do pans, rotations, and it keeps the camera nice and steady. They take a bit of skill and a bit of practice, but they're cheap. I mean, we got it for about 30, 40 quid from India or China. It's at the end of the day, it's a piece of bent metal with a weight on the bottom and a little gyroscopic. So don't spend a lot of money on this stuff, particularly if you're just going to use a smartphone.
Absolutely.
One thing I'd also say, sound is hugely important. And the simplest way of making better quality sound or using better quality sound when you're around is just using the earpiece mic. That in itself is better. If you want to go above and beyond that, you can invest, again, I think it's about 30, 40 quid. and get yourself a little Rode lavella mic, so you can clip on your lavella mic and that will go straight into your phone. Incidentally though, you must point out that you need to get a specific jack, smartphone jack, which looks like that with the multi-sectioned jack. Yeah, their Rode do, and that's RODE, do a specific smartphone lavella. It's brilliant and it's reasonably cost effective, and I definitely advise that. But two other things that are hugely important for providing decent or producing decent media content. Firstly, framing. Yeah, you need to understand how to frame a shot. The number of videos I see produced by fitness professionals that are poorly framed, and what I mean by framing is how you actually frame the image of the person that you're shooting.
We're just currently laughing, going, "Fuck, am I doing this right now?"
You know, for example, you need to cut people at the right point. So if somebody's doing this a lot and you're cutting at the wrist and their hands are moving in and out of the shot all the time, it looks terrible. And so on and so on. There's loads of YouTube videos you can see that will teach you how to do basic framing, basic cutting. The other thing is light. Light is important. So if you want to, you know, set up a really professional looking video shoot, buy a couple of LED panels. You put a couple of LED panels on a subject, you know, at maybe 45 degrees off to each side, and then you use a smartphone on 4K, and you'll produce video that is nearly as good as broadcast quality with the smartphone. I guarantee it. I've done it myself, so I know how it works. And the best thing about a smartphone is in your pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. To contrast that, I'll be able to show you using the front camera what Mitch is using right now. Can you see that? Can you see yourself in there? Gorgeous. Mitch has currently the DSLR has a rig on there to hold it steady on his shoulder, has a separate mic on the top of it, and that's all to produce this. Compare that to this, plus a tiny lapel mic, plus like a selfie stick if you want, or one of these things.
A couple of lights. Yeah.
A couple of lights, and you're laughing. So any products, by the way, we will drop links in the description box.
I'm a big fan of eBay for cheap stuff, for producing cheap video. eBay is the way. You can get, you know, large, professional quality LED panels for 50, 60 quid a pop. You can get cheaper ones than that. I've got a tiny little one that I use here, which I got from China. Just a quick rechargeable thing which fits on. This actually comes with the bracket, so you can obviously click your phone straight in, and you've got something to carry, light facing forward. And this thing pushes out, so I'm not going to blind the camera, pushes out some serious light. And it can be in my bag anytime. It's very easy, very simple. You have to be careful with direct light on the camera because sometimes it can wash out features. But if you're in a particularly dark area and you just want to put some light on the face, say you're doing a live stream to your Facebook group, it's ideal. And again, you're not going to break the bank. You're talking 30 quid.
Absolutely. So yeah, camera chat with JCM. We done. We're good. James, where can people find you on social media?
Well, James, if you search Facebook, Instagram or Twitter are my main kind of social media outlets. And if you search for JCM Fitness or James Conci Mitchell, you will find me. Obviously, look for 639. And if you're looking for online coaching, Team JCM, that's where I provide an online service.
James isn't on Snapchat.
No, I'm not on Snapchat. Don't do Snapchat. I'm too old for that. I'm the oldest person in the room. Thanks, guys.
Thank you all very much for watching. Until next time on Ask the LJs. See you then.